What happens to people after they die and leave this world? Is there another dimension that exists? There is a part of us that wants to believe that our departed loved ones are still watching over us or guiding us in the physical world. And there are people who say they can communicate with spirits on the other side. How can this be possible? To better understand the spiritual link between life and death, we reached out to some experts in the realm of the unknown.
I don't believe that when people pass, they're in a different place. I believe they're around us. They're watching us. They hear what we're saying. They do try to communicate back to us. Sometimes people do pay attention and we hear them in dreams. Other times, a lot of times, messages come through other people. When I do message circles, I usually do readings off of jewelry because sometimes I know the people that are in the circle. So that's a way for me to pick up information, and there's no way I could know what belongs to who. And I communicate with them just like I'm talking to you now. I literally hear them. So again, they'll talk to me. They may give me a feeling of something or tell me something very specific about the person that I'm reading for that may have just happened a day or two ago, but yet that person passed maybe 20 years ago.
Oftentimes, people will have dreams about a departed person or feel a presence, but tend to overlook this experience. But with an open mind and the guidance of a psychic or medium, an individual can better understand the communication that exists between the dead and the living.
I think that at times you may get certain signs that you may not completely understand or possibly recognize. You know, people trying to, you know, communicate with you or send you a message or, you know, just reach you with any kind of way of just trying to keep in touch.
Part of you is torn when a person close to you dies, and when you don't think you're ever going to be with them again or hear from them or see them. And that hope that we can be with them again in the future just makes you want to keep on living and enjoy your life the way you have to, you know, and to the fullest, and love the other ones that are still around you. But you're always drawn to that person that passed away, and that you always want to have that little bit of connection that, okay, you're still around. Okay, good, you know.
Everybody's looking for validation. They just want to know that that person is okay. And that's what they're looking for. And that is the whole reason why I do what I do. My message is, ironically enough, that you don't need to come to me to talk to your loved one. You come to me for validation. And once you know that that loved one is okay, then hopefully I teach you how to pay attention so your loved one can talk to you directly.
I surround myself in a bubble of white light.
Nothing negative could ever penetrate it.
Nothing negative could ever penetrate it.
Wherever I am, God is.
Wherever I am, God is.
We ask any spirits that belong to anyone here in the circle, come from the light, come into the center of our circle, and make themselves known in some way.
Seances, or message circles, are a direct link between the world of the living and the spirit world. The psychic is the point of initial contact where the spirit is seen by others through the psychic. For Jane Doherty, contact with a spirit tends to be an overwhelming experience, both emotionally and physically.
If somebody starts to feel something, I'm going to get up and I'm going to go over to that person, because and if there's spirit present, my stomach will enlarge, and you will see that happen. It's been measured to go out as much as 5 inches when spirit is present. The other thing that's going to happen is people in the circle can feel things. I may feel a spirit with my stomach expanding. Someone else may actually burst out into tears because spirit will come around them, and on a subconscious level, they don't know what's happening. They just well up in emotion, and they may cry without understanding it, or they could start laughing. There is a lot of emotion in a seance, and you just never know what's going to happen. When a spirit has communicated and we've reached a loved one of someone, there usually is a very big sense of relief, and that's a joy. That, I think, is one of the most rewarding things in what I do, is to be able to make peace between two people. And I even like to see it as the fact that from the spirit world, it's my helping them.
I was assured by some, not an experience, but a feeling of well-being.
You know, there were certain things that were said by Jane that nobody could have known. You know, he called me, she told me, my name, I was introduced as Pat. He came through as words, my Patricia. And that's how he spoke to me, he was this Patricia. So I knew it was Grandpa, and he let me know that it was okay, and he only knew that I felt guilty because he's the only one that could know that. I felt guilty for not being there for him.
Just the opportunity to make a connection, even if they don't have a message, but just to have that acknowledgement helps their soul to go on and grow on the other side.
For many, questions about life beyond the grave appear to be lost with our loved ones on the other side. But the answers may lay hidden right here on Earth, and with the proper guidance and willingness to explore the unknown, we may begin to realize our true spiritual destiny one day.